welcome to Classic Flow. My name is Bridget from Lucky Elephant Yoga and Wellness, and I will be guiding you through the class today. And I have my lovely demonstrator Jody here, who will be demonstrating her version of the poses. And that simply means that her body is different than your body. So as Jody's going into postures that fit for her body in certain ways, you have to also take in mind how these postures fit for you. Today's class is a level 2 class, which means that we're going to be moving a little bit more fluidly with a little less time to stop and look and think, more time to just move and breathe. So again, if something doesn't feel right for your body, please make sure that you take a step back, that you rest if you need to rest, pause the video, get a drink of water, whatever you need to do. That's the joy of an online class, is that you can take this at your own pace. So please be mindful, please be patient with your body today and do what feels appropriate. All right, so hopefully you have your yoga mat down, maybe a couple of blocks with you and a blanket, and we will get started. So start in a cross-legged seat today, sitting up either on your blanket or on a block, something that allows the hips to elevate so that we can let those hip muscles start to soften right from the beginning and we're not feeling a lot of strain and restriction. Let your sits bones ground down and the crown of your head lift. And then I invite you to either close your eyes or find a soft downward gaze. Just begin to notice, maybe noticing where you're coming from today, and what's brought you to your mat, the journey that took you to get here is just as important as the journey to come. So we honor, we acknowledge the physical journey, the emotional journey, the mental journey that we have been on, and how it impacts now. Notice how your breath is involved in this moment. And maybe you start to bring just a little bit more awareness of the breath down into the belly. Not trying to take any proper technique of pranayama practice, but just awareness in the belly. And then take a nice big full breath in through the belly, and as you exhale, sigh out the mouth. And feel that little restriction in the throat as you do that. Let's do that again. Inhaling into the belly. And exhaling out through the mouth. And now this third time, inhale through the belly, and you'll exhale as if you were going to open your mouth, but keep the lips closed, making that same sensation at the back of the throat. So it's a little half ujjayi breath that we have going on here. And what that's allowing us to do as you continue this round of belly in, throat out, it allows us to tone both ends of our vagal nerve. And that vagal nerve attaches into our parasympathetic nervous system, allowing us to rest, to ground, and to really find presence, and to release any of those stressors and swirling energies that are typically around us. So take just a few more breaths like this, into the belly and out through the throat. You might hear a soft sound, but nothing that someone in the next room could hear. What even might be hard to hear even in the person beside you. So it's soft, it's low, but deep and effective. And now from here, you can hold on to a portion of that technique, but release the active technique itself. Sweep your arms out and up. And let's clasp the hands overhead. Flip your palms, stretching up through the waist. As you exhale, bring those hands behind your head. Rest the head back, spread the elbows wide. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, we're going to round through the back, start to bring the elbows towards one another into a little cat back. Inhale, lift the chest, spread the elbows wide. And again, exhale, round. Elbows come towards each other. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, spread it wide. And exhale, round it in. Awesome. Come all the way back up up to a nice long spine. Release your right hand down and take a tip over to the right. Maybe you look underneath the left elbow here. Good, from here, big full breath in. Let's take that left elbow across toward the right knee. Inhale, lift the elbow. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Good, and now let's come all the way up to center. Sweep your arms up alongside your ears. And as you exhale, turn to the right for your twist. Letting the right hand come behind you and the left hand cross over. Inhale nice and long. And exhale to bring it out just a little bit more. Good, let's again sweep the arms up alongside the ears. And place your hands down on your thighs. Shift back and switch the crossing of your legs. Good, sweep your arms out and up. Once more, clasp those hands and flip the palms. Big full breath in. And again, exhale, bringing the hands behind the head. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, rounding through the back, elbows come closer together. Inhale, lift the chest, spread the elbows. Exhale, round. Good, one more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Awesome, let's come all the way back up to neutral. Release your left hand down and take a tip over to the left this time, perhaps looking underneath the right elbow. From here, a big full breath in. As you exhale, that right elbow crosses over toward the left knee. Inhale, lift the elbow. Exhale, cross. Again, inhale. And exhale, very nice. Sweep both arms up alongside your ears. And as you exhale, twist to the left. And this time that left hand finds the right thigh, left hand comes behind you, right hand finds the left thigh. Inhaling nice and tall, exhaling to twist. Good, and then from here, sweep both arms up alongside your ears again. This time, shift to the back of your seat. Start to lift those legs, keeping the ankles crossed for a moment. Reach your arms forward into a modified boat pose. And then you can uncross the ankles and find the heels, the knees all close together. Feel a little lift and spread of the collarbones, engaging the front ribs towards each other so that you can support the low back. Another 2 or 3 breaths here. Good, and then slowly cross those legs, roll over your shins and come onto your hands and your knees. Set up your wrists right under your shoulders, your knees right under your hips. Let's start circling the right knee around in the air. And circle the opposite direction. Good, let's extend that right leg back into the air. Take a nice big breath in, and as you exhale, bring your knee towards your nose and round your spine. Inhale the leg back behind you, and as you exhale, right knee to right upper arm, opening the hip. Inhale it back. Exhale, knee to nose, round. Inhale, reach the leg back. Exhale, right knee to right upper arm. Good. Again, take the leg back. And then cross that right leg over to the left. Tuck your right toes over your left shoulder, really opening up through the right side body. Good. Let's bring that right knee back beside the left and find a moment of a breath. Start circling the left knee around in the air. And then circle the opposite direction. Extend your left leg back, nice big full breath in. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg back. Exhale, left knee to left upper arm. Inhale. Exhale again, knee to nose. Inhale back, exhale, knee to upper arm. Good, take it all the way back, cross it over to the right. Tuck your toes over that right shoulder and try to see the left foot this time. Good, and then place the left knee beside the right. Give your hips a little wag from side to side. From here, let's take a couple rounds of cats and cows, inhaling to lift the chest, lift the tail. Exhale, lift the belly and round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Let's do one more just like that. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Nice. Come to a nice long spine. Tuck your toes and lift it up and back into downward facing dog. Good. And this might be the first down dog of the day for you. It's definitely the first down dog of the class. So the knees can be a little soft so that we find a nice length through the low back. And then you can just start to pedal your feet. Remembering that those heels do not have to touch the ground. Everybody's individual structure of their hamstrings is different. So be very mindful of the low back over the heels touching the ground. Good. Let's walk the hands all the way back to the feet. And hang over your legs at the back of your mat. Grab opposite elbows here. And take a little sway from side to side. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Good. Release those arms and slowly begin to roll yourself up to stand. Good. From here, sweep your arms out and up, and again, clasp your hands. Flip the palms, and this time as you exhale, tip over to the right. Keep both hips nice and grounded, and breathe all the way up to the left side body. Good. Come all the way back to center. And then use those hands to bring your right knee in towards your chest. Good. Standing into that left foot. We're going to keep the left hand on the right knee. Lift your right arm up. And with an exhale, turn to the right for a twist. Letting that right arm extend back. Good. Turn it back to center. Sweep both arms up alongside your ears. Extend your right leg forward. Just pressing into that right foot. Good, and then slowly bend your left knee. Place your right foot halfway forward on your mat. Good, we're gonna reach the arms back behind you. Clasp your hands here. Roll your shoulders back. Take a lift up of your chest. And as you exhale, fold towards your right thigh. Good, maybe the knuckles lift up here as the crown of your head begins to release down. Make sure both feet are super grounded. Feel that right foot try to press forward and the left foot try to press back so you have a stable base. Good, and then just release your arms down and come into pyramid pose. You can take blocks to either side of your right foot, especially since we're really early on in class. So we're taking a little early opening through those hamstrings. Good, now let's soften the right knee. Place your left foot beside your right, folding over your legs. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. And as you exhale, just bring your arms down by your side. Good, one more time. Inhale the arms out and up. Clasp your hands, flip the palms, and tip it over to the left, into your side bend. Really pressing down into the right foot just as much as the left. Good, come all the way back up to center and bring your left knee in towards the chest. Stand tall as you press into your right foot. And then keep your right hand on your left knee. Lift your left arm and with an exhale, turn it to the left. Good, keep nice length all the way up through the crown of your head. Inhale up, arms up alongside your ears, turning to center. Flex the left foot, extend that leg, really press through the foot. And then soften your right knee, place your left foot to the top of your mat. Sweep your arms back behind you. And just to make things interesting, let's switch the clasping of your hands so that the other pinky finger's on the outside. A big full breath in as you lift the chest. And as you exhale, fold that chest toward the left thigh. Knuckles can lift and the crown of the head can begin to release down. And then just carefully release those hands once more, finding blocks if the hands do not find the ground easily. Feel the left foot pressing forward, this time the right foot pressing back. So we begin to power up the legs and inform the muscular structure through action, through activation. And then soften that left knee, place your right foot beside your left. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. And exhale, standing tall in Tadasana at the top of your mat. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, dive over your legs. Let's inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, just release and fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. And then exhale, just dive right back over those legs. Good. Lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. Good. Let's inhale to step the right leg back to a lunge. And exhale to plank pose. Good. Find the crown of your head reaching forward, the sits bones reaching back. From here, see if you can lift your right foot and bring your right knee in towards your chest. From here, I just want you to wag your knee from side to side, like you're trying to touch each elbow. Maybe you touch, maybe you don't. Good. And then try to take the right knee to the right elbow and the right foot to the left elbow. Step back to plank. And then downward facing dog. Nice. Take a breath here. And let's lift that right leg into the air. Lift your right outer hip, bend your knee, open up through the waist. Look underneath your left arm, try to see your right foot, circle your right ankle, and wiggle the toes. And circle the opposite direction. Good, and now let's take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, place your right foot between your hands. Keep the left hand down, twist to the right, letting the chest turn, then the arm, then your head. Good, let's lower the right hand down. Step it to plank pose. And as you exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, come high onto your tiptoes. And let's look at the hands and start to tiptoe your feet all the way to the top of the mat. Keep the hips lifted, 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 so you can stay on those tiptoes as long as possible. When you get there, big full breath in. Exhale, release the heels and soften over the legs. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, arms by your side. Inhale, your arms out and up. Exhale, dive over your legs. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, release and fold. Good. Inhale the left leg back to a lunge. And let's exhale to plank pose. Good. From here, lift your left foot. Bring that left knee in towards the chest and start wagging from side to side. Knee to each elbow. Good. And then finally, let's try taking the left knee to the left elbow and the left foot to the right elbow. Nice. Plank pose. Downward facing dog. Lift that left leg into the air. Lift your left outer hip, bend your knee, look underneath your right arm. See if you can see that left foot. Circle your left ankle, wiggle your toes. Good, nice big full breath in. As you exhale, place your left foot between your hands. Keep your right hand down, turn the chest to the left. Let the left arm follow and your head follow last. Good, and then place that left hand down. And let's step straight into knees, chest, chin. When we do that, left foot back, bam. Nice. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome job. Come up high onto those tiptoes again and tiptoe to the top of the mat. Big full breath in. Exhale, release the heels, soften over your legs. Good. Let's walk the upper body over toward the right, keeping the legs as they are. And then come back to center and walk it over to the left. Good, again back to center. And this time just roll up through your spine. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, dive over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale back to downward facing dog. However you would like to get there, stepping or hopping. Remember, if you hop, to bend the knees to soften the shock. Inhale, forward to plank. As you exhale, lower all the way to your belly in 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's untuck the toes and come up into a cobra pose. So lengthening the arms as much as possible. Feel your sits bones towards your heels. From here, tuck your toes and just lift the belly into plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg into the air, down dog split, and as you exhale, quietly place your right foot between your hands. Good. Begin to feel the right foot pressing forward, the left foot pressing back, really activating your base, and then come all the way up into your high lunge. Torso lifts, then the arms. From here, inhale, lengthen the right leg. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Good. Let's tip the torso forward and begin to step into that right foot. Can you lift the left leg into the air? Good. Coming into a nice little warrior 3. And then carefully step it back into your high lunge. Nice. Full breath in. Exhale, spin that left heel down and open into Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. From here, flip your right palm, tip up and over to the right. To the left, I'm sorry, to the left. See, this is why it's nice to have somebody with me. Press into your right foot, start to lengthen that right leg, growing longer through the right side of the body. Look down over your left shoulder. Let's turn the right toes to face the side of the mat, and then fold your entire body over towards that left leg. Good, all 10 toes facing the side of the mat here. Nice, come to center, walking the hands and body. Good, and then from here, can you walk your hands a little farther forward for support? And then lift up onto the tiptoes, lifting the heels high. And melt the heels down. We're just going to do that a couple more times. Lifting up onto the tiptoes, hips lift high, and then melt the heels. Good. One more time. Lifting high, and melt. Good. Take a couple of breaths here, folding over your legs. And then walk it over to the right and turn to face the front of your mat in a low lunge. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. And now let's exhale into chaturanga. Shift forward, bend the elbows. Inhale to an up dog or sticking with cobra. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Good, let's from here spin that left heel down so the left heel replaces the left toes. That left foot's on a diagonal. As you exhale, place your right foot between your hands. Lift your torso, lift the arms up to warrior 1. So we just reversed the warriors. Did you see? 3, 2, 1. Nice, great. Release your arms back behind you, clasp your hands again, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. As you exhale, fold towards your right thigh. Devotional warrior. Good. From here, let's release the hands down, step into that right foot, lift your left leg into the air, come into standing split. So here we're reaching through that back leg. Don't worry how high it gets, but trying to release the torso over the front leg. Maybe you test your balance here by taking a hold of the ankle, or maybe the hands just are coming closer to the foot. And then place the hands down, place your left foot beside your right, and fold over your legs. Inhale your arms out and up. And as you exhale, release those arms down by your side. Good. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, dive over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, take it back to downward facing dog again, however you want to get there. Inhale, forward to plank. As you exhale, we lower in 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to plank. Good, and then take it up and back, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg into the air behind you. As you exhale, quietly place that left foot between your hands. Good, press your left foot forward, your right foot back, and begin to lift your torso up, and then the arms float. From here, inhale, lengthen the left leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Good, one more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Awesome. Tip your torso forward. Now step into that left foot. Really press off the right toes to lift the right leg into the air. Reach, 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 reach through the whole body. Good. And then carefully start to make your way back into your high lunge. Big breath in. Exhale to spin your right heel down. Open Virabhadrasana 2. Flip your left palm. And now this time we tip up and over to the right. Good, peaceful warrior. And from here, start to lengthen that left leg, growing longer through the left side body. Turn your head to look over your right shoulder. Turn your left toes to face the side of the mat and fold towards your right leg. Good, and then slowly walk to center. Take a few breaths here, and I'll give you the option of how you prepare your arms here. If you want your hands down, if you want to walk the hands through the legs, if you want to sweep the arms around, totally your choice. Jody's deciding to come into a nice wide, long downward dog. Good, and then just walk those hands back underneath you. Walk it over to the left, low lunge. And step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, shift forward, bend the elbows till they make a nice L shape. Good, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. So from here, we spin the right heel down. So the right heel replaces the right toes. As you exhale, place your left foot between your hands. Press those feet apart as you lift the torso to come up into Virabhadrasana 1. Good. Extend those arms back behind you. Clasp your hands. Switch the clasping. Lift your chest. Big full breath in. Exhale, fold towards the left thigh. Letting the knuckles lift up. Letting the crown of your head release down into devotional warrior. From here, just release your hands down, step into your left foot, lift your right leg into the air, standing split. Really press through that back foot. And you take the modifications with your hands that you desire. How deep into this balance do you want to take today? Good, and then slowly just step your right foot beside your left, folding over your legs. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, arms down by your side. Good. Bend your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. As you exhale, bring your palms together and take a twist to the right. Good. Even balance in your feet. And then look down at those feet and see if you can shift the weight into your right foot and bring the left heel into the bum. From here, we're going to extend that left leg back, Trying to keep the leg in the air as much as you can, and then slowly step it back into your twisted lunge. Good. Keep pressing through that back thigh, length through the left side waist. Awesome. Let's step the left foot to meet the right again. Inhale, Utkatasana. And as you exhale, twist it to the left. Palms together, turning to the left. Right ribs lengthen. And at first, the weight is grounded into your feet. Then look at those feet. Shift your weight into your left foot. Start to bring your right heel in. And let's try extending the right leg back. Nice. And then slowly step it into that twisted lunge. Good. Length through the right waist. From here, release your hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, shift forward, bend the elbows just till they meet your ribs. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, let's take the right leg into the air behind you. And as you exhale, place your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Good, let's keep the left knee lifted and the left leg just pressing back, that left heel pressing back into a working lizard. So you're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to lower onto your forearms. So we're going to take 5 breaths here in working, and then you can lower the knee down. So you take your 5 breaths. But remember that we inform the nervous system by the belly in, the throat out. So maybe this is a good time to re-inform that breath. And once you've lowered the knee, give me another 5 breaths here. You're welcome to wrap your right arm underneath your right thigh if you're feeling super open in the hips already. After those 5 breaths, you'll just come up onto your hands and step back to downward facing dog. So you take this in your own timing. There's no rush. Good. Once you come into downward dog, we'll just take a couple of breaths here. Good. Now again, lift that right leg into the air. Same leg. Bring your right knee forward and let's open the right knee out and set up as if we were coming into pigeon. So the right shin lowers down. We're going to extend the left leg back, but you're going to stay up onto your fingertips for a moment. Feel your right hip start to guide back, your left hip start to guide forward. From here, I want you to just lower onto your forearms. And keep the chest moving forward. And see if you can start to maybe walk the elbows back a little bit towards that right shin. Yeah, so less releasing, more reaching the chest forward. Awesome. Can you try to flex the right foot and maybe those right toes start to say hello to the outside of the left arm. Nice. All right, come up onto your hands. Tuck your left toes. Now, I haven't informed Jody that we're going to do this, so she may give me a crazy look, but you're going to keep the legs as they are. Lift up to a plank with your right shin floating, just like it is. Good. Try to get that right foot close to the outside of the left arm. Awesome. And now take it back to downward facing dog. Really nice. All right, left leg into the air. And place your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Good. Starting with a working lizard for 5 breaths. You can stay up on your hands. You can lower onto your forearms. Once you've taken those 5 breaths and you lower the knee, then you'll take 5 breaths before making your way back to downward dog. Again, take your time. Once you lower the knee, that left arm can grab underneath the left thigh if that's available for you. Only if it's available in your body in this moment. Once you make your way back to downward dog, you can just take a couple of breaths here. And now let's lift that left leg into the air once more. Bring the left knee forward. Let's open the knee out. Set yourself up for that pigeon positioning. But this time, the right hip is going forward, the left hip is going back, so that we're not doing a twist here with the hips and the spine. Good. And then you can come down onto just your forearms and begin to guide those elbows back toward the left shin. Maybe if you get creative and inventive, you can take the left toes to the outside of the right arm. Up onto your hands. So now we want to keep the same structure as we just lift the hips up. Yes. Get that foot towards the outside of the hand. Awesome. And then back to downward facing dog. Very nice. So take a flow here or just hang out in down dog and breathe. Totally your choice. Nice. Now let's come high onto the tiptoes, bend your knees, look at your hands, spring off those toes to hop forward. A little bit too much of a hop. Be very careful. Too much power could be a bad thing as well. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, arms by your side. Awesome. So, stand tall in your Tadasana at the top of your mat. From here, bring your right knee into your chest. We're going to flex that right foot as if the floor came with you. Soften your left knee, and then cross your right ankle just above the left knee. Keep both hips facing forward. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. And now I want you to think crown of the head and the sits bones are super attached to each other for just a moment. So the sits bones start to go back as the crown of the head starts to go forward, and you start to carefully fold towards that shin. Now you stop at any point that feels available for you, but notice the place where the sits bones don't want to go back anymore, and the crown of the head doesn't want to go forward anymore together. And then you can start to release your shoulders and release your head. Good. From here, if your hamstrings feel available to it, you can begin to lift the hips, engaging the sits bones up towards the sky a little bit more, and that might lengthen your left leg. We're not trying to straighten the knee. We're trying to think sits bones lifting, and that will lengthen the leg. Good. And now just bend that left knee and see if your hands can come about a foot in front of you. Don't worry about if you're on your mat or not. And I want you to think right foot hugging the outside of the left arm. Yeah. And just notice if you can put a little weight into your hands and lift up onto the ball of your left foot. Good, and then release that left heel down. Walk your hands back. Begin to lift the chest to come all the way up. Or let your head follow your chest, not your chest follow your head. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. Place your right foot down. Good, let's do all of that on the second side. So, standing tall into your feet, lift your left knee into your chest. Good, again, flexing through the foot as if the floor came with you. Soften your right knee and cross your left ankle just above the right knee. So there's like a little shelf there for that ankle. Bring your palms together in front of your heart, and again, we're gonna think crown of the head and the sits bones reaching away from each other. And you start to fold carefully forward. Good, and in the moment that those two don't want to stay in sync with each other, release your shoulders and your head down. Good, and then think sits bones liftings to start to lengthen that right leg, maybe a little bit more. Remember, blocks in front of you are also a wonderful option here. Good, and then we'll start to bend the right knee, walk your hands forward and see if you can find the hands firmly planted into the ground. If they don't come firmly to the ground, take blocks underneath them. See if you can just lift high onto the ball of your right foot. Putting some weight into the hands. Good, lower that right heel, shift it back. Begin to lift your chest to come all the way back up. Left knee lifts. Place your left foot down and shake out your legs. Awesome. So now we're going to take this a little bit farther. Okay, so I want everybody to grab your two blocks and step back about halfway on your mat. You have some space. All right, place your blocks, well actually let's fold long spine forward. Place your blocks in front of your chest and on the lowest height. All right. And then come all the way back up to stand. Bring your right knee into your chest. Same action, cross that right ankle over the left thigh. Palms together in front of your heart. Let's start to fold forward. Good, and maybe your hands find the blocks. Now from here, I want you to bend your left knee. Keep the right foot hugging the outside of the arm, as high up towards the armpit as you can actually get it. Good. And then we're going to start to shift forward into those arms. So your right shin finds the upper arms. I want you to think chest reaching forward. Come onto the ball of your left foot. And maybe that left heel starts to lift toward the bum. And then maybe the left leg starts to extend back. Chest forward, chest forward, chest forward. Yes. Can you reverse it? Knee in, foot down. Yeah, shift it back. Very nice. Come all the way up to stand. Okay, so regardless of how that worked out for you, I'm going to have Jody show. So, Jody showed, well, we just did it with the blocks. Blocks or no blocks? That's your choice. No blocks. She prefers no blocks, okay? So the blocks just allow you to get a little higher onto your arms if your hips aren't as open, okay? So if you find that you have a little bit tighter hips, use the blocks, but also try it without the blocks. You might find that your dynamics of your own body work better without. So, Jody's gonna come, so you guys can all just watch. Jody's gonna bring her right knee in, cross the right ankle over. She's gonna fold all the way forward, nice and carefully. Good, thinking long body. Her hands are gonna go a little bit farther forward so that she has somewhere to shift into. Yep, that right foot hugs the outside of the left arm. Good, she's gonna reach the chest forward. And then as her chest reaches forward, her left leg can extend back. Yes. Awesome. And those front ribs, I'm sure, are wrapping super deeply. And she comes all the way back up. Good. So, you, right now, can pause your video, try this out a couple of times very carefully. Make sure that you have a crash pad in front of you. So, blanket, cushion, something as you're trying this so that you don't bop into your head. Thankfully, you're not that far off the ground, so hopefully you'll be safely. All right, let's do this. So pause the video. Okay, hopefully now you're back. Let's go to the opposite side. So left ankle crosses over. Good, and we're gonna fold forward. Jody's gonna go all the way down. She's gonna shift forward into those arms. Good, the right leg extends back, the chest goes forward, 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 forward. Yes. Awesome. And then you just slowly, make sure you come out of this just as slowly as you went into it. Good. So, you can try that on side again. You can pause the video, try it as long as you need, get some water, take a moment to breathe, and then join us back. All right, now we're all back. So let's stand at the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, dive forward over your legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale it back to downward facing dog. Good, let's lift the right leg into the air behind you. Lift that right outer hip, bend the knee. Bring your knee forward and wide. Now let's set up for pigeon. So as you extend back, if you find space underneath the pelvis, then take a blanket and slide it across the pelvis so that the muscles of the pelvis here get to release. Earlier, we were trying to work them. Here, we're trying to let them go. And as you fold forward, it's the same action of the chest going forward, the leg going back. Good, letting the elbows be wide so the shoulders, the pec muscles can start to relax, release. All of this that has just done a lot of work for you in your Ekapada Galavasana. And I invite you also, if you would like to twist your pigeon today, you can thread your left arm underneath, come onto that left shoulder. Maybe the right arm wraps around. Your right hand might even find your right big toe, or it just finds the low back, totally your choice. But stay in whatever place allows you to breathe deeply, whether that's twisted or not. Slowly start to come up onto your hands. Tuck your left toes, step it back to downward facing dog. Lift your left leg, lift the left outer hip, bend the knee, open up. Then bring that left knee forward, wider than the hips. Extend the right leg back, and then reach your chest forward as you fold over that left shin. Again, your elbows are wide, shoulders can soften. And again, if it feels appropriate for your practice, you can thread the right arm this time. Coming onto the right shoulder, the left arm can try to wrap. Again, just listening to your own body here. And another couple of breaths wherever you are. And then you can slowly just come up onto your hands. This time just have a seat on your left hip. Swing your right leg around. Let's extend both legs forward. And you can sit up onto your blanket or some kind of cushion to get the hips a little elevated. Sweep your arms out and up, lifting tall up through the torso, and then exhale that long torso forward, only releasing the shoulders and the head when that long spine doesn't go together any longer, so that we don't round into the low back. And if you find your hands on your legs in any way, Make sure it's not with force, it's not with effort, but it's just with a soft resting of the hands, resting of the elbows and the shoulders. And slowly start to come all the way back up. Bring your right knee into your chest. And let's cross the right foot over to the outside of the left thigh. Then tuck that left foot underneath into the outside of the right hip. Good. Ardha Matsyendrasana, sit nice and tall. And as you exhale, twist to the right. The right hand behind you, left arm can either wrap or cross over. And if you're a binder here, you can wrap the right arm around, you can wrap the left arm underneath and through, or you just keep the arms unbound and just breathe into the twist. Good, and then let's turn it back to center. Unwind those legs, take both legs straight ahead into Dandasana. Bring your left knee into your chest, left foot comes down to the mat. Then cross that left foot over to the outside of the right thigh. Tuck your right foot underneath into the outside of the left hip. Sit tall with your inhale. And as you exhale, turn to the left this time. The left hand is like a little kickstand behind you. We're not leaning into that hand. We're just using it to keep the spine longer. And then again, your right arm can wrap or cross or even bind, your choice. Again, turning back to center, extend both legs forward. Let's scoot so that your heels are in line with the top of your mat. Good, reach your arms straight ahead and very, very slowly start to lower onto your back. And when you get down to the back, bend your knees, feet down on the mat. Arms down by your side. Let's lift the hips up into the air. Snuggle your shoulders underneath you. Clasp your hands. Let your knuckles reach towards your heels. Open up through the chest. Open up through the fronts of the hips. Into your bridge pose. And then slowly start to release your hands and lower the hips back down. Good. And let's do one more of those bridges. Lift your hips. Snuggle the shoulders underneath. Clasp the hands. And release it down. And now we'll do a supported bridge. So grab your block or pillow or some kind of supported something. Place it underneath your sacrum. Flat bony part between the tailbone and the low back. Good. And then your knees can stay bent, the feet can stay down, or you can extend your legs forward, you can extend your arms overhead, your choice. And connecting back to that deep, full breath in and out. Those arms come down by your side, bend your knees, feet to the mat. Take a moment here before you lift the hips. And when you lift the hips, press down into your feet to lift the hips with the feet, not with the low back. Remove your block, place that block off to the side, and lower the hips down. Open your arms out to the side, and let's just tip both knees over to the left. Turn your head to the right. Deep breaths down through the shoulders, the ribs, the belly. And then bring the knees back to center. Tip your knees to the right, head to the left. Again, shoulders heavy. Belly breaths. And again, the knees back to center. Let's take one knee into the chest at a time, both knees together, and start to move your knees in circles, easy around in one direction. Easy around into the opposite direction. You can begin your process into Shavasana today, releasing the feet down, and then the arms down, and then the legs down. And for the first few breaths, bring in that active pranayama practice, the belly in, the throat out, so that you can start to really connect into the parasympathetic nervous system, the soft, resting, grounding breath, grounding body. And then after a few breaths like that, you can release the technique of it, but the residue of it stays. So that every breath you take is about encouraging that letting go, encouraging that softening of the body, of the mind, and connecting deeper into your own peace, that individual, beautiful, divine peace that is you. So let this time be about soft release, ground, and connect. begin to deepen into your breathing. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and start to awaken into the physical body. Let your arms reach overhead and stretch and yawn and awaken, fingertips to toe tips. And with an exhale, bend your knees and slowly roll to your right side. Press down into your left hand and begin to roll yourself up to sit with your head the very last thing to come up. Once more, arriving in a nice tall seat just as you began class today. And again, I invite you to have the eyes closed or find that soft downward gaze once more. And here, just like we did at the beginning of class, notice where you just came from. Not in the judgment of what I was able to do or not able to do, but in the fact that you just took the time out of your day to connect in. To move, to breathe, to allow the body, the mind, and the breath to all connect. To allow that peace within you to come forward so that you can take it and share it with all beings. And let's bring our palms together in front of our hearts, bowing our heads with gratitude for every moment of this practice. The practice that is ongoing throughout life every single day. And the steadiness and ground that we have to connect into. Namaste.